Welcome to tonight's concert. My name is Izzy Johnson. Our first selection was the main musical theme made famous in the motion picture Patton. The movie Patton was released in 1970 and starred George C. Scott as a World War II General George S. Patton. On March 9th, our band went to Kenyon, Winnemingo to participate in the Minnesota State High School League Large Group Music Contest. The ZM 910 band was the youngest group participating. The band performed our next selection, Prairie Songs, and received the highest possible rating of Superior from all three judges. The band's scores were also the second highest out of all the groups participating.
Hello everyone, I'm Thea Peterson. Our next selection is A Walk in the Morning Sun, which is a musical tip of the hat to one of America's favorite composers, Leroy Anderson. In the composer's own words, while growing up in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin in the 1950s, some of the first orchestral music I heard was written by Leroy Anderson. The town's radio station, WDOR, had a noon show that featured area news, community events, obituaries, local gossip with musical interludes sprinkled in. Although Leroy Anderson had been composing since the 1930s, this was the time when he was having his greatest commercial success with tunes like Blue Tango, A Trumpeter's Lullaby, The Syncopated Clock, and of course, the holiday favorite, Sleigh Ride. We hope you enjoy A Walk in the Morning Sun.
Good evening, I am Jimmy Seuss. Mr. Corey loves to introduce new concepts to us through pieces of music instead of just using our lesson book. Our next selection, Incandescence, is written to give students the chance to experience the idea of a mixed meter. In this case, we're mixing the meters of 3/4 and 4/4 together to create an interesting and enjoyable groove. There will be a brief intermission before the symphonic band portion of our concert. In the meantime, we hope you like our final selection, Incandescence.
Hello everyone, my name is Maren Neitz, and this is the ZM Symphonic Band. You just heard Toccata for Band by the legendary wind band composer Frank Erickson. We played Toccata for Band along with our next selection at the same large group contest you heard about with the concert band. The Symphonic Band also received the highest possible ratings of Superior, but was also the highest scoring band participating, just edging out the ZM Concert Band. We also received an elusive perfect score of 40 out of 40. Our next selection is the aforementioned Perthshire Majesty. Perthshire is a county in the country of Scotland, and our music draws its inspiration from the rugged beauty found in that part of the world. This piece will also feature work by Michaela Raymer on clarinet.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to our concert. It's the time of the year where I was just sharing with the kids before we came out. Every year I kind of wonder, oh, now what are we going to do? And every year following, another group of kids comes up and just seems to do a great job. So fortunate here that we have a program where that just keeps on coming, even through a pandemic. These kids learned band through a computer screen. They couldn't hear me, they couldn't hear each other, they couldn't see me, I couldn't see them. It was crazy. The fact that they're here at all, we should give them all 9, 10, as well as middle school. If there's any of you here, another round of applause. It's absolutely remarkable. I told the kids I was going to do this tonight, and I always did during spring concerts, but it's been so long since we've had a regular spring concert that we haven't done it in a couple of years. I just want to take a moment just to recognize the seniors that are in the band, so you see who they are. For many of them, this will be their last performance, maybe ever, musically. Who knows? We certainly hope that's not the case, but I just want to start. I'm going to kind of start from the back of the band to the front of the band. There's no particular order to this. But I'd like to start Allie Beckman. Allie, give him a wave. Yay, Allie. Allie started as a flutist for us and transferred back to the percussion sections. Done a great job. Thank you, Allie, for that. Next we have in the back row, we'll go with Emma Nelson. Hey, Emma, great trombonist. And Addie Voxland. Did you twirl? She twirled. She said she would. And Peyton Buck. Those are our low brass and percussionists. You guys can sit for a minute. And then Rosa Parati. Rosa, incidentally, and you'll hear this from some of the kids, received a $2,000 scholarship to play her trumpet next fall at Buena Vista University. Congratulations, Rosa. Melanie Albrecht on the bari saxophone. Melanie's going to have more fun than she could ever imagine playing in the pep band at Southwest State next fall. Yeah. Oh, did I miss you, Warren? I did not mean to do this. I'm going a little out of order. Warren Murray. Fantastic trumpeter. I miss you, Warren. Sorry about that, buddy. It's okay. Olivia Seymour, alto sax. Mara Neitz, bass clarinet. You heard from her tonight speaking. Maren went down to Luther College and auditioned, and she received a scholarship to play in the bands at Luther of $6,000 per year. That's pretty cool. Next, Kai Koopman on the clarinet. Madeline Fredrickson on the clarinet. Michaela Raymer. Isn't that a pretty clarinet solo she played? Yeah. Michaela will be attending University of Minnesota Duluth and received a $6,000 scholarship to play up there next fall. So congratulations, Michaela. And then up front, Brenna Thomas. Hey, Brenna. And Katie Keach on piccolo and flute. You know, for those of you that have kids, and it's not too late for the seniors who haven't at least told me that they're playing next fall. I don't think, and I know you all think, well, you're the band director. Of course you were in the bands. Actually, I wasn't a band director declared in the fall of my freshman year. I was a biology major. I wanted to work as a wildlife biologist. and perhaps even veterinary medicine. But I quickly found out that I just wasn't a good enough student to do that. And what drove me into that was one day I was out in the barnyard petting, actually scratching the bull that I'd raised from a bottle. His name was Gertrude. He was all of 1,800 pounds, and I don't know what happened because I don't really remember, but Gertrude came for his daily scratch, and I scratched him. And I think I turned away from him, and when I got up, I was on the other side of a drainage ditch, and Gertrude was pawing at the ground and just bellowing to beat the band. So we ate Gertrude, and but what happened in the fall was I couldn't play. I was a trumpet player, and so I had this huge. My lip looked like a bratwurst. I mean, it was just hanging here. It was. I like to say that's why it was hard for me to get dates. That's what. But I got to college, and I didn't do well. My first semester, I was really struggling. I hadn't met anyone. I was at school until my lip healed, and I finally got my horn out again and realized I could still play. I never thought I'd be able to, and I found myself in the concert band. Now, this was a band that was not an audition group. It was just a group that anybody could play in if they wanted to. And I was just on the phone last night. I haven't seen him in 35 years, but I was on the phone with one of the guys that was in that band with me. And those are the kinds of friends you make in a group like this. And your kids are going to go off to college, and they're going to be apprehensive, to say the least, probably. They're going to be nervous. Everything's going to be new for them. This is a skill that they've developed at quite a high level. Any university that hears that they're from Zumbrota-Mazeppa, for one, wants them in their band. Number two, they can all play at the collegiate level, every one of them. They might not be in the top band, but they can get into the general admission band. And I'm a firm believer that if they're going to be successful that first year, they need to make some good quality friends. You need to have somebody you can go have lunch with, or hang out with, or just complain about a teacher. You need to have that. It's so important. If it's not band, it needs to be something else. Some kind of club, they can't just go to school and take classes. They got to do something. And I think that's really key. But this is something they can do. And they're handing our kids out money like it's candy. So practice, kids. Every one of you have money coming if you want to audition. They'll give you money. They'll give you money to play. All right, so that's enough of that. But more on to the next little bit of business. We have 2 awards to give to the seniors. We haven't done this again. Last year we didn't do it. Year before we didn't do it. But I want to get back on the track again. So we have 2 band awards that traditionally are given out to seniors. And the first one is called the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award. It was introduced in 1994 in honor of the legendary bandmaster Patrick Gilmore. This guy was with General Burnside. He went to North Carolina in the Civil War. Gilmore also played for every president of his day, including Abraham Lincoln. This beautiful award honors outstanding high school band students and their achievements, and most importantly, their commitment to band. The best kind of ability is availability, I think. Just being there. This year's Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award goes to Miss Maddie Fredrickson. And the big kahuna as far as high school band awards go, the John Philip Sousa Band Award. This is the most prestigious award you can give to a high school band student. It was introduced in 1955 to honor the top student in the high school band and recognizes superior musicianship, dependability, loyalty, and cooperation. Sounds like a good employee, doesn't it? Yep. Again, it's the most prestigious award that can be given to a high school band student. The winner of this award must have a selfless character and lead others by example. This year's John Philip Sousa Band Award goes to Miss Katie Keach. Congratulations, Katie. I didn't engrave it yet because I didn't know until today what you guys were going to give it to. Congratulations. You're welcome. You're welcome. With that, I think that's all I have. Have you heard the marching band's coming back? Yeah. We have 42 wonderful kids that are going to learn how to march this summer, and I'm super excited about it. Let's get that covered bridge parade back in June, and the band will be there for that. So with that, I turn the microphone over to Miss Michaela Raymer. It's on.
It is now time for our final selection of the evening. Fate of the Gods is a programmatic work for a symphonic band inspired by tales of Nordic mythology. Mr. Corey tells us that programmatic music is written in such a way that it attempts to tell a story by promoting the imagination of both the performers and the listening audience. Think movie music. The piece tells a story of Ragnarok, also known as Fate of the Gods. Ragnarok is an incredible war fought between the forces of good and evil that brought about the end of the cosmos and resulted in the death of such characters as Odin, Thor, and Loki. After the destruction, the world was reborn to be filled with only joy and abundance. This song features solo work by Olivia Seymour on the alto saxophone. For many of us, this will be our final musical performance. We want to thank you all for helping us stick with it to the end and for supporting us along the way. As a class of 2022, there is one last person we would like to thank.
Mr. Corey, thank you for an amazing 5 years. Thank you for always pushing us to do our best, for never giving up on us, even when the only effort we had to give during some morning rehearsals were tired yawns, and for always seeing our potential for greatness, even when we didn't see it in ourselves. It is truly an amazing thing you have done, changing the lives of these ordinary high school students into something much more, musicians. And for that, we thank you.